Hello again. Well, we're finally back. It's taken well over a week to get going. I have done some work on the bike. Basically, I'm trying to do quality rather than quantity of videos. Had some trouble with the powder coating, which I'll show you in a minute. Also, Jenny's been ill for well, she's better now, but still got her pajamas on. This is to stop her biting her leg. She had an infection here, wasn't eating for 3 days. But she's just resting. She had a walk, and so we're now back. She's now back on set, but just having a rest now. But she's now fine. So we'll move on. I'll show you how I've been getting on in the week with this Honda Stream. So I'll show you what's going on. As you can see, I have moved on. I did do these panels. I didn't take there was like a layer of paint underneath, which I thought was powder coat, which would have been all right. But it was turned out to be some sort of hammerite-ish type thing, and as it melted the powder coat, it also melted this undercoat, which bubbled up, and it looked absolutely awful. So I've taken all that back to metal, and that's come up okay now with this panel. The plastics are all cleaned and back. The wheel is now back on and tightened. All the aluminium part of the axle has all been cleaned. And this was the little grille that goes on the front once the bodywork's on, front there. That was just the same, absolutely awful, looked worse than it did before it went in. So now that's all done, taken back to metal, and that's very, very good now. So what I'm going to do, I think, so I'm still short of time, but I'm going to start on this side now, take the wheel off. Hopefully I can show you me doing the wheel. We can take this panel off, and need to take the coil off as well there, so we can do that, and then clean up the carburetor, all that side, and then that side should be done, or all of it should be done, and then we can concentrate on the plastic bodywork. The other thing was, this was a terrible state. This was solid rust, and that's now been, I used the flat wheel on this, which has now got rid of the worst of it all, and it's actually come up nice and smooth using the nickel silver. But that will have to come off once we start on all this bit here as well. So we'll get on. This was one other thing I noticed when I was watching the video back of the last episode. I just thought, this is the kickstart. It doesn't normally need it because it's got the starter here, electric start. But I looked at this rubber and I thought, God, that's seen better days. Looked on eBay and they wanted like £15 for a rubber. But I went to one place I do use quite a lot called Web Motor, and they sold it for £2.37. Didn't cost anything for postage. And when it came, I was very surprised to see that it is for that for this one Honda genuine part. So once I've taken this off, I'll powder coat that as well in black, and then have a nice new kickstart on it as well. All this, as I say, the carburetor is all oily, greasy. This will all be cleaned up once I've got this panel off. All the plastics can be cleaned, powder coat the wheel, and then we can start concentrating on the plastics for the back. Right, so here we are, back to square one again. I don't think I'm going to need a breaker bar if the last one was in it to go by. Right, there we go. Right, just jack it up quickly. It's now leaning against the fence, so hopefully it won't fall over. Okay. Well, that was easier, wasn't it, than the last one? Okay. Yeah, the brake pads are roughly the same as well, so that's okay. Right. Let's see now. I think what we'll do, as I say, the weather's not 100% today, and I've got to get this back because I am working later. I'll just do the wheel to start with, and we'll come back to this in a minute. Well, I've let all the air out now. The other one, the other one was quite hard to do. This is quite tight onto this wheel, so I'm gonna just. I want to try and save the inner tube, but it's quite difficult to get onto the lip of this. It's very tight in there. But anyway, you get the idea. Just bear with me. It's going to take a little bit of time to do, and I'll come back to you once I've got this lip broken here. As I say, once you make a start, it does start to go a bit easier. So just trying to not trap the inner tube. There we go. Okay, well that's the first bit done. Now I'm going to try and get the valve out first and try and get the inner tube out, so we can protect that inner tube. After the usual struggle, I finally got the inner tube out. So now just need to get this off of here, and it shouldn't take too long. Well, I'll say it won't take too long. Oh, they are extremely tight, these ones. There we go. At last. Right, simple as that. Yes, Jenny, yes. Stop. Just a quick quality check. Everything's all right, is it? Okay, that's good. Well, I've been at this for a while now. This is how I've done it before. Didn't have much luck with the sandblasting cabinet, so it's a wire wheel job, and just gently going over and trying to bring it back to a shine and get some of that old paint off. Not too bad. It takes a little bit of time, but it's coming up shiny, so won't be too long, and we'll come back. I'll come back to you once I've got this all prepared. Okay, well this is going to be take two. The first one chucked it out all over the place, so hopefully we're ready to go again. So I'm just doing the inside of the wheel first, and then I'll be moving that onto here, onto the hub, and then I can do the other side. So this is the first bit, just hopefully it'll go right this time. That's a bit better, yeah. Okay, so now we can put this onto there and do this side. In fact, move it a little bit closer so I can get it off in a minute. Okay, so it's a bit lopsided, but we're okay. I'll just transfer that now into the oven, and we'll give that, it takes about 10 minutes at 180 degrees, but we just give it a little bit more being it's thicker metal. So we'll come back and see how that is when it's done. Well, there we go. It's just come out of the oven. It's not bad at all. All the it's covered, all the rust has gone. Not quite as good that side, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do, we'll start getting the tire back on, but we'll do all the levering from this side, so that looks nice from the outside. So we'll start getting the tire back on. Well, I've also given the tire a wash and a bit of a clean. Now, on camera, this probably won't go very well. It doesn't go very well on camera, to be honest. Off camera, rather. But so all I'm going to do is go around, just around here with some, you can use a washing up liquid, but this is car shampoo. And then also go around in there. It just gives it a little bit of lubrication to get it on. But it's, I think it was with the other wheel, slightly quicker than, easier rather, than doing the getting off. But we just go all the way around with this first of all. Okay, right, now we try and push this on, but of course it won't go on. We have to use the levers in a minute. Just the first bit over inside. Very awkward. Well, I won't bore you too much of all this. Let me just get the first bit on and then I'll come back to you. Right, that's now in there. Now the next easy bit is getting the inner tube back in. And of course, getting this in the hole. So let's just start tucking this in first of all. Try and perhaps let a bit more out. Okay, almost. Right, now bring that around in there, and now try and get this it's in the hole. Right, so we've done that, so it's just hopefully this is the final little bit of getting it over. Put the car wax stuff on there, shampoo, and now we can hopefully just get the last little bit over. There. Right. looking for that. There we go. Right, hopefully fill it up with air and hopefully it will stay in there. Well, so there we go, beaten with time again. It's holding there nicely. I can't see any points in trying to rush this evening, this afternoon, as I've got to go to work. So we get the wheel back on, at least I can get into the garages, or into the shed. And well, I think we call it a day again on this, because the video will be too long if I carry on doing all this, even if I leave it for a few days. So we'll leave it at that. Well, as I say, Jenny girl, still tired. She's better now though. She's just rests a lot. So I'm sure it was a bit of a short, nothing video, but if I was to carry on doing that when I get time again next week, you'll end up with about an hour video. So I'll just end it there. When we come back, I'll get sorting out that, take the wheel off and get all that side done, and then we can start on the covers for the rear and start moving on forward. So from Jenny and myself, we wish you a very pleasant day. You take care out there. Bye for now.